Hello, and welcome to a commentary by Ghost. I'm Ghost, reporting here on a game by Leta and Flash, here going by.HoBBang. You can see that Leta is orange, down at about the 4 o'clock position, and Flash, or HoBBang, is up at about the 10 o'clock position in pink, or purple. Let's go on with the game. Speed it up to regular speed, and look here. The map is Othello, a map that's not been used for quite a while. Turn versus turn is sometimes a boring matchup, and sometimes very interesting. I personally don't like it when it devolves into vulture play, but it can be entertaining as long as there aren't 75 vultures running around the map at once. I don't understand how our players can do this. At any rate, right now they're just teching up. Flash is on a slump recently, but this isn't a recent game, so that shouldn't matter here. It's between two of the top Korean Terrans in the professional Starcraft scene. Neither or both. Which one should it be? Both of them have done very well both of them have done well in the Pro League, but not as well in the individual leagues. Flash has a title, Leta does not, despite stellar play in the Pro League. Both are making a supply depot in their main base, so we will see no walls here, leading to potential future vulture harass. However, let's follow Leta's SCV as it goes out to make a barracks. In turn versus turn, the barracks is often lifted for scouting, so Leta is adding it out here to make it just that much easier to find his opponent. Turn versus turn is also not as dependent on scouting in the early game, which is why they're both up to 13 supply, and Leta is only just now sending out a scout. Flash is famous for not scouting at all until very late, so his is even later. Up here, 14 supply. Right now it's a standard game, unable to tell. They're both going for fast factory, so we won't see any goofy bionic rushes here. Bionic? Biological? Biomedic? Whatever it is. Neither of them is scouting the right way first, but they're both scouting the bottom left main. Othello is a 4-player map, with mains in the corners, although the starting positions aren't all the way in the corner. They're offset, as I mentioned in the introduction. Leta is adding a factory. With luck, he may be able to kill the SCV before Flash finds it. So just an added mind game. Flash doesn't care, is building his factory right out here. But see, the ramp is now blocked. Flash is chasing the SCV away. Run! Leta is chasing the SCV around. Also has his map blocked, and gets a kill. Leta's SCV is trapped, but these little people have huge hit points. Almost died. You're almost dead. You're almost dead. Don't die. Flash is going with his trademark 14cc, so this will probably not be a long game. Either Leta will spot it and counter immediately, or Flash will macro up a huge force and crush Leta as it goes into the mid game. But these are both top level players, so it's hard to tell. Flash is going for add-on first after a single vulture. Leta is going for an early vulture marine harass, which is going to be quickly driven away by Flash's superior forces and repairing SCV. Unfortunately, the SCV cannot repair the marine. I've seen players before accidentally destroy their own marine by trying to repair it. Not top level players. I don't expect to see that here. The barracks is, as I mentioned, scouting. Flash doesn't care about scouting. Flash is above scouting. His first scout was killed. He's not going to get anything useful out of it. While we were watching the chaos in Flash's main, however, Leta has put up a starport and gone for wraiths. Leta likes wraiths. Recently he's been making quite a noise by using them against Zerg. Here he's using wraith and tanks coming to try to harass and set up a contain on Flash, so that if you're trying to break out of this narrow valley on Othello and there's a contain set up, it can be quite annoying. It's not as bad as Byzantium or Return of the King, where there is a very narrow gap and it's easily tankable, but it's still not a nice map to have to break a contain on. I'm sorry, I've got a slightly sore throat. Let's see what's going on here. Wraith is wandering around. Leta is putting up an expansion at a much more standard timing rather than Flash's 14 CC. So Flash has an advantage economically, although it's hard to tell what damage the Wraiths have done. Wraith, get over here. 1 kill. 1 kill. So 2 kills on the Wraiths. And the 1 Vulture of Leta's got an SCV. So I think we can think there are 3 SCVs dead. So not significant damage. This harassment is not paying off right now, except that it's making Flash run in circles. And they'll probably get another couple kills soon. Flash may have to devote SCVs to repairing. Now there are Goliaths out though, and the race will not last much longer. Unless they have Cloak, which they may have by now. Leta is preparing, it looks like, to add an extra factory. Oh no, he's adding an academy. He's already added 1 factory, so he's preparing to push now that his harassment has been driven off. Flash got his academy up sooner. So in standard tech, Flash is a little bit up ahead, but now his economic advantage is being denied by 2 tanks on the cliff. Flash does not yet, just has a starport at standard timing. Leta has used this early dropship to put tanks up on the cliff. Any dropship Flash has will be quickly destroyed. Flash opts for a counter attack or counter push while floating his command center to another expansion. This is not standard play. Most Terrans would panic and try to get rid of the tanks. But this is Flash, and Flash does not follow all the standard rules, except when he does. And then his games are boring, because he does it so much better that everybody else just crumples. So here we have this. This position is also easily tankable if Leta finds it. In fact, more easily as it's closer to the main, but he'd have to fly over this attack force of Flash. But Flash has done his distracting and is moving back home. Not to be confused with by.Ho, who's a Protoss gamer. While not much is going on right now, most of it you can see by looking around. They're adding factories, eventually. Actually, Leta's not adding factories. This is a little bit weird. Oh, he is. Now he is. Alright. Flash has got to be adding factories soon, right? No, he's adding another base. This is like Flash to go for the econ advantage and pretend he has more troops than he does. We'll see how it pays off against another top Terran like Leta. Almost all the top Terrans have very good Terran versus Terran. This is possibly because a lot of the top players are Terran, so in order